Hi everyone, this is Elizabeth Walker and welcome to Scholarly Talk on Your Life. And I wanted to start off with talking about a few of the things beauty things that I was using in a review. So, first off, I hope everyone is doing well. Click to subscribe, get the like button. And I was going through Target, which I know it's kind of closed at the moment, but I was walking through Target and I saw something that was on clearance and I picked it up. And so it's called Pantene Rose Water Sulfate Free Conditioner, and it's on clearance for $2. And so I was like, well, let me try it. And I did the deep conditioning. It was okay. It smells okay. I have no real complaints. It's a little dry, so I'm not a big fan of that. Won't necessarily recommend it for black hair. And then I use Carolsdaughter for, it's a 7 oil blend hair and scalp oil, and it's supposed to be for to strengthen your hair and lengthen your hair, and it's supposed to not weigh your hair down. And I used that all over, and looks like this. And I will say that it works well. I like it, but it stinks. I really hate the smell, and I don't know how to get away from that. Luckily, it wears off, so I'm not sure, like, if you're able to get past the smell, then go for it, but at least the smell wears off. Whereas with Pattern that I talked about yesterday, the smell is intoxicating, and I don't think I've had better smelling hair. But for my face, some of the things that I've been working on a couple years ago, about 3 years ago, I was going through, 3.5 years ago, I think, I was going through everything that all the free giveaways and all the masks and stuff that I had. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to use this all up, and facial wash. And so I used, and then I started exploring around in Nordstrom, and I had this face mask, and I bought the small container. This is the big one, and fell in love with it. It's fresh rose face mask, and it is pretty cool. It looks like it has little bitty like roses in it, and it is just really refreshing to the skin. And so last year for Christmas, I bought everyone a smaller container because this big container is a bit pricey. And then this year, they just started to do a combination box. So in one box for like $60, you get the toner, the face wash, a hydration system, the mask. But let me say, this mask goes by fast in this little container, so I'm already out, and I've used it for like not even 2 weeks. And the face cream, which this I use in the morning and at night, and for the last 2.5 weeks, and I still have a lot left. So this is going to last quite a while. This doesn't last very much, but it has little rose petals, and I just love the smell. I highly recommend both of them. As you can see, my son is visiting. So yesterday the daughter, today's the son. Now, as a review, my advice would be, I was watching Insecure, and I'm not going to tell anybody what happened, but I will say this: it is the best thing that I think we've been waiting for for years. Like, I have been waiting for this to take place for years, and I am so excited. The thing I like the most about Insecure, though, as of completely, is the fact that it is not that far away from where I grew up, and it really deals with the gentrification and the changing environment of the area, of the community, and that kind of how there's this teetering going back and forth between the our current, you know, the environment's changing, newer people coming into the neighborhood, and the effects of gentrification, and trying to kind of also hold on to our authenticity that's really going on. And I just really, really appreciate it. And I really like how all of them made the decision to still live in the neighborhood, which, I mean, it's very, very difficult because rent is astronomically high in Inglewood and the Windsor Hills, and the it's much higher than when I was growing up, and the housing is much higher. I mean, it's really, really high, and even during the recession, because homeowners don't change very often, it didn't take that much of a hit when it comes to a high number of foreclosures and stuff. So it's one of those neighborhoods, the Windsor Hills, the Ladera Heights, that has really, in Baldwin Hills, that has really kind of withstand the time and maintained its value. So it's just I just really, really appreciate what it shows. And anyone who wants to kind of see what Inglewood and the adjacent neighborhoods are like, I highly recommend watching Insecure so that you can kind of get an idea of what the real LA is like in that neighborhood, instead of getting just a depiction of, you know, LA being hood and LA being, you know, and black people always living in the hood. So highly recommend it. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow with some more beauty, and hopefully minus my children. And I will talk with you later.